It's okay, I forgot to turn Scuff off.
I also forgot to hit the record button.
We all need a checklist.
We do. One that's just like perpetually on when we're getting ready to. You know what? That would be a nice thing for OBS to have. Like, just have its own little docking window of like, did you go do this, 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 and this? Have you advertised in this
You
place, this place,
can.
this place, and this place?
Hey,
You
Squidward, have you finished
can,
those errands?
You can put any HTML, like any web page, in an OBS doc. So if you have like an online checklist that you could create and create a link to, you could definitely do that.
Sounds complicated, but really cool.
It's not. You would to add it to whatever to OBS. You just do it custom browser docs and just punch in the URL. You just got to find a website that'll like let you create a online checklist kind of thing.
Oh, it is posting that I'm live in the Strays chat.
Oh, nice.
I guess I was just missing it. Oh well.
If it ever doesn't, let me know. You can add you to the manual list if you're not. I may have added you to the manual list because I may have seen that it wasn't working. The one day I went through and like fixed a whole bunch for folks.
I know I beat you
I
to
don't
it.
know if you started shared chat.
I have not started share chat. No, because I forgot that I needed to
Oh,
manually
okay.
do that.
Yeah, I always forget to do it.
Okay, there we go. Now we're sharing chat.
I don't know why they made it so complicated.
I mean, it's not
Automatically do it.
complicated, but I don't know why it doesn't auto do it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I guess there are
use the
some
settings so it
people
auto
who
does it.
don't want to do share chat because I can't imagine if it was a bunch of like really big streamers, share chat would not be the best.
True.
It's better for
Possibly.
smaller ones like us, where we get maybe 10, maybe 20 people watching, and then like a fourth of them are actually active within the chat.
Yeah.
Man, whenever I upload this to make it go live, I'm gonna have to fix it. It's so annoying. I mean, the title and stuff. Anyway, I think I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Oh my gosh, a vape. I haven't seen
I
that one
think
before.
so.
I'm ready.
All right.
I think I'm ready.
You think?
I try not to
Yeah,
think.
fair enough.
Like ask Candy.
That's right, folks. I brought the storyteller.
He says that like that's gonna actually give him any like bonus XP or something.
That's what I was about to say. Is like, is that a thing? We can try that?
You guys are welcome to try to bribe me.
Sadly, I only have 3 dots of manipulation. I don't think I'll succeed.
She just gave the good old Matt Mercer. You can certainly try.
I feel like that's a decently common phrasing for anybody running a tabletop game.
I mean, there's the duality of you can try. Will the dice let you? Will I let you? Let's find out.
Valid point. I've only run a one shot.
The last game I
It's
ran
like the
before this was like almost a decade ago, so
I was
Oh,
gonna say
I'm
that.
so excited. Oops, sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say that you can certainly try is like the what is it? The Captain Picard quote: "The elegant way of saying fuck around and find out." You may test
pretty
that
much.
assumption at your earliest convenience.
Pretty much. It's definitely the DM's you can F around and find out version.
Yeah,
I actually have a video saved where
exactly.
it's like elegant ways to say fuck around and find out.
Also, Sketchy, make a Blue Sky so I can start tagging you on Blue Sky.
Yes.
Keep meaning to do it, but it's like I keep putting it off. But if we're gonna be wrapping things up by about 11ish tonight, then I can probably knock that out before I take a shower.
It doesn't take long to do, honestly. I don't remember it taking me more than like a few minutes.
Just don't go and follow a whole bunch of people right away.
It's gonna think I'm a bot.
Yeah, Cap and I don't Spooter, I think you know Cap Espresso.
Mm-hmm.
They created one and followed Q and I and a bunch of like a couple other people that they knew that were on there, and their account got flagged within like an hour. They only followed
Interesting.
like 6 people.
Interesting. I followed like a bunch of people, but I didn't have that issue.
I did too, but like I guess I don't know. I'm ready whenever. Let me know.
Once again, I don't have a script prepared because I started it and then I got very much distracted and didn't finish it.
No worries, it'd be like that.
That being said, we have started a brand new night. So, hello, everybody, to our viewers, whether you be via Twitch or via YouTube. Welcome in. Um, this is episode 3 of Houston by Night. For our players here, if you guys have spent any willpower, you gain 1 willpower back. And then I want everyone to take away 1 blood point. Now, once you guys have all done that, there is an order. Yes.
I just realized I never marked down how many I started with.
Hold on. I have your character sheet so I can
Sorry.
look. You should have 7 willpower. I would mark, instead of taking away the dots at the top, anytime you spend a willpower, check the squares below it.
No, I meant like for the blood points.
Oh, yeah, no, you didn't. You are 13th gen, so that's what, 10 blood points? And then you can only spend 1 blood per turn.
Okay, so I should have 9 right now then.
Yeah, you should be at 9. And then mark wherever you need to, whether it's in like the notes or something that it gives you
Just
on the character sheet, what your
one per
max
turn.
is, yeah, or like what your max blood pool is.
Oh, so at 13th gen, we're supposed to have like a max of 10.
Yeah, 13th generation, you can only have a max of 10 blood points.
Okay, just realized I forgot to have some dots added to it then.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that one. I forgot that one.
I will ask this. My willpower was already at a 1. Do I add a 1 to that?
So whatever your max, you can't go past your max willpower. If you have spent 1 willpower, because it is a new night, you get a single willpower back. If you have more willpower that can be filled in, you can do that either by waiting until the next night or by giving into your nature.
How do I find out about willpower? I forgot.
What do you mean?
Like how much willpower I naturally have.
Your courage. Right, courage. Yeah. Yeah, whatever your courage is at character creation, that is what your willpower is at. And you could have spent XP, whether it's the freebie or the XP that he gave you, to give yourself more.
Okay, so I have 2. So I put down 2, including like the already filled black dot.
You're down to 1 willpower right now, correct?
Yes.
So yes, you would put 1 more, and then you cannot go above that until you spend XP to raise your willpower. And again, like, I wouldn't, on your character sheet, you know how there's dots and then there's like the squares underneath? Don't erase the dots, mark it in the squares, so you know how much you've spent.
Okay, dokie.
All right, so there is an order to who wakes up first, and it is the person with the, it goes from the person with the highest humanity to the lowest. Looney, you actually have the highest humanity. So I'm gonna need you to make a I'm gonna need you to make a willpower roll. And now that I know, like, now that I remember how much willpower you actually have, this could go either perfectly fine or absolutely awful.
How do I put that in a dice roll?
So just roll 2 dice, and it's at a difficulty 7. Oh, you botched.
I kind of expected that.
Oh.
First
Oh,
All
round
right.
of
no.
the
So
campaign.
hold on. Let me
What I
go.
had planned. Can
Let
I
me
please do what I had planned?
hold on. You can do the thing you have planned, but first let me go through and make sure that we say out loud and like what the consequences of the botch are going to be. I got to find it real quick.
To the players here, I am planning on screaming into a pillow.
That's fine. That probably won't actually wake us.
Oh, I mean in real life.
But I'm just saying, like, if your character screams, like, it probably won't wake us.
I think that was more so for a headphone warning than anything else, my guy.
I don't think that would wake me up in real life either.
Okay, there it is. I just scrolled right past it. Um, so the description of this flaw, it's the nightmare flaw for those who are new to VTM or who are very familiar with it. It's called nightmares. You experience horrendous nightmares every time you sleep, and memories of them haunt you during your waking hours. Upon awakening, you must make a willpower roll, difficulty 7, or lose a die on all actions for that night. A botched willpower roll indicates that even when awake, you still believe that you are locked in a nightmare. So yeah, go ahead. Now that we know that not only do you have one less dice, we gotta try to remember that you are working with one less dice on all of your action rolls, like any roll that you do today. And it's for the day, like for the night, not just the campaign, like the session. And now
Someone's paying with the
you're
audience
pretty
as
sure that you're
well.
still in the nightmare. Oh,
Okay,
Sketchy.
so
This is in your chat. I think your audio is a bit low.
All right, so I just turned it up a bit. It's not maxed out, but I did turn it up a bit. So hopefully that should solve it.
Okay. Go ahead, Ray. How are you waking up after you botch a roll for your nightmares?
here we go.
Headphone warning? Yep.
Please be sure to recommend to her to purchase lots of willpower.
My girl just after that scream throws herself up about ready to fight. She looks around in a daze. She's like panting. She doesn't know where she is because the nightmare being so vivid.
Oh my gosh, to make things worse, there's a rather monstrous creature next to you, like nearby. Although
Yeah, that don't work.
I think what Abby looks like she's made of stone right now.
Looks more like a calcified corpse. She doesn't quite have the ability that would make her rest as a statue. But basically, it just looks like if somebody made a sculpture of a corpse. Actually, that sounds really fucking awesome.
So yeah, there's like this really freaking looking corpse off to the side.
She's like starting to back up to the point where she hits her head on a wall. Not hard, but enough to like stay like, hey, yeah, there's a wall here.
Yeah. So because I imagine this is going to be mostly you just having panic attacks for a while. Calvin, you're the next one that would wake up.
And just for context, I'm still sleeping in a box, aren't I?
With 2 other people.
No, with one
No,
other
it's only
person.
one. Yeah, I'm sleeping
Only
next to
one.
Cyrus.
Yeah, Calvin and Cyrus are cuddled up.
Well, I just imagine the 2 of them just like awkwardly crammed in there back to back or something.
Either that or they were spooning. One of the two.
I was so tempted to make a joke about that, but Cyrus ain't even awake yet, so I'm gonna wait until afterwards.
It's okay. Cyrus is the big spoon.
Just remember, if you cross lines, I am a living cattle prod.
Cool.
Actually, yeah, I'm really excited to tase anything that pisses me off in game.
Would
Yeah, no, they
Calvin
haven't
have
figured that out
heard-
yet.
True. But would Calvin have heard the screaming upstairs, or have a few minutes passed since the screaming?
It would be a good bit since the screaming. I would say like good 20 to 30 minutes.
Gotcha. Okay, that being the case, I'm gonna see if I can I guess Calvin will be kind of carefully trying to get out of the box. Like, is this like a box, or are we straight up in a coffin right now?
It's an armoire. Basically, there's 2 doors that are covering you that you can just push open.
like a wardrobe.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna try to carefully get out of the armoire without disturbing Cyrus, even though he wouldn't notice anyway.
If Cyrus was in fact the big spoon, it would be like trying to escape a corpse with rigor mortis. But if he's not, then there's no issue.
All right, cool.
Either way, I wouldn't make you roll for it. You just struggle a little bit, then you get out. Um, but yeah, no, you get out. Is there anything that you do?
Kind of looking around the room, and it's kind of that awkward moment where you're the first one to wake up at a sleepover and it's not your house. So he kind of doesn't know what to do in this moment.
Oh, actually, wait, hold on. I was counting to see who comes up next. Flavana, I think you would have woken up the same time as Calvin.
All
Wait,
right.
wait. I'm counting things weird. Hold on. I don't know where I got confused. No, never mind. I take that back. Sorry. Let me wait.
It's
Hold
okay.
on. Yeah, no. What is your humanity at, Pyrrha? Make sure I didn't miss something. Change
6.
something. 6. Okay, yeah, no. Never mind. So it is just Calvin. What are you doing?
For a moment, he just kind of awkwardly sits there, not entirely knowing what to do since everyone else is asleep and he doesn't want to just leave and not say anything at the same time. So I guess it'd be a time where Calvin gets a little bit nosy and just kind of explores the area that he's been allowed to see so far. You know, not messing around with anything upstairs, just checking things out in the downstairs area, just trying to keep himself occupied until everyone else is up.
Okay. With that, the rest of everybody else would wake up because everyone else is at a 6. So that would be Abby, Cyrus, and Flavana.
Okay. I that would kind of get up, punch open the door a little. Because I kind of forget where we are for a second. And then kind of sit up and then take stock and remember where we are.
Try to remember the events of the night before.
Fuck, I miss coffee. I hate waking up. Just kind of sit there for a while. Just kind of looking around. Trying to see who else is awake.
Well, you'd probably notice a distinct lack of Calvin. Sirius is probably waking up the same time as you.
I can't do sound effects when I have to do push to talk.
I mean, you can if you push to talk and then do the sound effects.
Uh-oh. I broke something.
Was that in character or out of
Okay.
character?
That was out of character. For some reason my Discord hopped to regular talk instead of push to talk.
On yo.
Good job.
Just lots of popping, cracking, groaning, and a small nod in the direction of after the coffee statement.
I see you're finally awake.
Eyes half sealed shut, staring in her general direction. Slow nod. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's a mood.
Stan rubbed from the eyes, look over to see. Oh no! My bedfellow is gone. Whatever shall I do? Did you see which way the what was his name Fahrenheit went?
Uh your your roommate there?
I said bedfellow because we shared a bed, not a room, but okay, that works too.
Well, I mean, technically, it was not only a bed, it was a room. But yeah. No, I don't think I've seen him yet.
Alright, so you're up, I'm up, he's up and gone, so either he's in trouble or went poking around, and we should probably find Abby, considering this is Abby's Abby, and we shouldn't be poking around her Abby without her consent.
Oh, right. We're in Texas, I forgot. Ah, okay. Yes, we ought to get up. You need help over there, or are you ready to go?
He scowls so hard at you for the fact that you essentially have made a castle law joke while in a castle. The look on his
Well,
face, he is pained. There is visible pain.
this night's gonna start itself.
He's going to slowly dust himself off, get up, and we're going to go wherever the lovely lady decides we should go, because right now I am still at 2 IQ points at best.
I guess Calvin's walking around in the other room, I assume, right? We'd probably be able to hear his footsteps around.
I don't know, how far did Calvin wander off? I don't remember how big Abby's Abbey is.
It's not a very big abbey. It's your standard, oh, this probably belongs in a slasher film church.
So yeah, I guess we could probably hear them.
Even if you can't hear him, I'm sure if you were to walk into the other room, you'd probably find him pretty quickly.
Well, I think there's only so many places that he could be, so I guess we ought to head off this way. I gesture to the door.
Question to make sure I'm reading this correctly. Sorry, I just don't want to double check something since we're actually trying to hunt somebody down and I'm still half asleep. Using Auspex level 1, that just temporarily enhances my perception by plus whatever the Auspex has in its points.
Correct. However many Auspex points you have, that increases your perception by that much.
But it decreases the
Well,
difficulty.
the dice, or it decreases the difficulty, not increases the dice roll. So yeah, it increases the difficulty.
So if you had 1 in Auspex, you activated heightened sense, if the difficulty was 6, it'd be a 5. But also, don't forget your caveat.
Auspex was one of the ones that triggered that, correct?
That is correct. And also, unless it's covered, you have to declare to the boss that you're making the roll to keep it closed.
Just checking for future reference to make sure I have the information correct in my head. My apologies. So, investigate to find the sketchy? Or the cow? Sorry.
What are you wanting to investigate?
No, I meant I'm going to go in the room. I'm just going to go in the room to investigate to try to find him. Is he in this room? What is he doing?
I mean, I don't think you need your Auspex on for that, because I wasn't going to make you roll.
I was asking for future things, not for this. It was just I wanted to make sure I understood something for upcoming things.
Okay,
Because
okay,
it
yeah,
does
no,
state
so
it's like it stays activated. That was my question.
I think it says activated for a scene.
To be fair, it's active until you officially declare that it's inactive. Auspex, the first dot is one of those. You need to be specific. Anytime we go to a new area, or you want to have it active or deactivated, you have to state so. Otherwise, if you activate it in an area, Storyteller is under the assumption that it's already activated and can likely flashbang you if the enemy's around. So you actually have to be active on whether or not Auspex is on or off.
Basically keeping on top of it, because if we're not, it'll be cool. I see now. Oh, I see all the bad things around me because I just turned it on, like night vision goggles when it's daytime.
Yeah, pretty much. The habit most people get into is they just specifically state when it's turned on. You just have to remember to state that you turned it off.
Yeah, at the beginning of a night, I'm gonna assume it's off. But otherwise, yeah, just tell me when it's on or off. But yeah, so you walk into the other room and you find Calvin just kind of wandering about, idly looking through some debris or whatever that might be in the
I
area.
promise I'm not looking through any cabinets or anything like that.
There's probably a bunch of musty Bibles and hymnals still sitting in the busted up pews.
You have a good sleep there?
Oh, well, good night, evening. I'm not used to greeting people who also wake up at this hour. What does that the Hotep say? Grand Rising, I suppose?
Eh. I don't usually greet people at all.
Yeah, I can respect that. But, yeah, how'd everyone sleep?
Like the dead.
I hear you there. It's like, look, Cyrus, if you wanted to wrap your arms around me, you could have. Felt like I was sleeping next to a corpse. Uh, sorry, I've been waiting for a good while to use that one.
Ah, good old flirty Toreadors.
You you could have waited longer.
You guys were taking so long to wake up, and I felt really awkward just sitting there.
To be fair, it's only been
Well,
like
you
30
could.
minutes.
Yeah, it's been 30 minutes since Cal had woken up. He probably would have waited like 15 before going downstairs.
I
Oh yes,
mean,
the average boomer attention span.
I'd say we're not morning people, but
I get you. That's clever. I like that one.
Yeah. Abby, you have also now awoken.
Yep, I was letting them have a scene. But Abby pops upright. Her abdomen strength is amazing. And she lets her wings stretch out and flutter a bit, and with a hard flap of them, she'll pop to her feet and look around for the puppy.
It's been like an hour, Ray. What have you been doing?
She's just trembling in the corner. She's been doing that for the whole hour, just muttering, "Can't be real, can't be real, can't be real, can't be real."
I was gonna say I'd imagine this. Just rocking back and forth in the corner.
Rocking fetal position,
Yup.
head in hands, face and knees, just
Hand,
rocking.
hands covering, like her knees are covering her hands while they're pressing against her face. The whole shebang.
Yeah, Abby turns and looks at the cowering puppy. Oh, hmm. The post-turn anxiety attack. Yeah, everyone gets one of those. You, you good? The gargoyle-ish monster looks at you.
As soon as she sees her trying to get forward, she just screams, "Get away!"
Nope, she did not move. I did not say that. I'm looking at you.
Okay, I apologize, but she will just scream, "Get away!"
Well, that's a little harsh, though not the first time I've heard that. Are you okay?
It takes her a bit to kind of get to her senses and remembering that, yeah, it's already happened. But she still has that slight inkling, as stated in what happens with the bot. She still thinks she's in the nightmare.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it leaves, so
I would assume we would be able to hear that from where we are.
well, yeah, you guys hear the get away.
That sounds like someone didn't sleep well.
I feel like maybe we should. I don't know
Check it
whether we
out.
should go check that out or leave it be.
Given all that's happened just, 24 hours ago and that voice that just screamed get away, shouldn't we maybe go see if our new compatriots may have just been jumped?
Can I
Almost
mention
as
I miss coffee?
almost as if to answer your guys' question, you guys hear Abby calling down. If you guys are up, I could definitely use someone with better people skills.
Well, I'm out.
Cyrus, you want to play rock, paper, scissors for it? Okay, I guess that's a no.
I feel like all three of us should just go, considering the more heads the better, and if we're all there, we all know what the hell's going on, so let's go figure out what the heck's happening.
No, wait a minute,
Technically, I'm in the
Zippy.
scene, so I have to
Because
wait.
when someone screams get away, getting a crowd of people around them probably isn't the best idea.
Knocked it over and spilled some already.
All right, well, I'll at least go up and listen at the doorway.
I cleaned it up.
I
guess.
like that plan. So yeah, I guess we're heading upstairs then.
Probably should have muted myself for that one. But,
At this point, Ray did get up on her feet. She's still trembling. Her eyes are just darting around the room like she's trying to track for a shadow animal that nobody else can see. Like, don't worry, that's not what's actually happening. It's just her eyes seem like they're darting around, trying to look for that animal.
But yeah, it shouldn't take you guys long at all. It's only one set of stairs that leads up to the attic, where the team before you is Abby in her full glory, wings out, tail wagging, is looking at this trembling Ray, just like what to do. Abby's not good with people stuff.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I believe you might be scaring the child a bit there.
Ouch. But probably true.
I didn't mean it intentionally. It's just they are in a state, it seems, that they are hypersensitive.
Cut her some slack because it's nothing against you. Most likely, it's just that she's had a really rough night.
No, but
This
it
is-
feels like something more than that. But I'm glad you're here, because I know your kind always have people skills. Go, people! And points at.
I
Ray.
I would imagine at this point, I would clap Calvin on the shoulder and, like I was gonna give him a hug and then just shove him into the room and be like,
There you go. You know how to handle this. You know
By
where to
the way,
find us.
All right, bartender, go do bartender therapy things.
Yeah, because I was about to say Cal's probably dealt with a customer that's had a rough night before too.
a quick reminder of what the attic looks like. In like the center of the attic is a pile of straw, likely where Abby lays, and then there's a file cabinet that looks like it's seen better days. Uh, a nearly military grade footlocker with a giant boulder sitting on top of it, and what looks like uh, a novelty pirate's treasure chest with a lock on it. The key is still in the lock. But with Calvin getting ready to do his thing, Abby will just kind of like back away until she gets to the stairs and then just makes her way down there. If she is freaking out Ray, Abby sucks at people's skills already and can only make everything worse.
I imagine you're backing up, walking towards us, Fovana and Cirrus, as Calvin walks in, or, well, forcefully entered, I guess. Since I shoved him. I guess at this point I would have noticed the pirate chest and probably would have just quit,
It's that's a nice booty you got there.
Yeah, Abby just like freezes, like very confused about what's going on. Like, what? Because she is backing up and just like, wait, what?
No, it's a nice chest.
Abby's wings pulled down around her. What?
The
She's
pirate chest.
complimenting your
What do you
possession, the object you own,
what do
not
you
personage.
Technically, I am an object that I own.
Ooh,
That's fair.
that's right. We're not alive anymore. That's right.
Can't
Ooh,
fight him all that.
gross.
But I
That-
didn't mean that thing over there.
Oh, yes. I'll talk about that when we're out of this area and give Ray a chance to mellow out a little bit.
That's fair.
All right, Ray, the pretty one walks up to you.
Not like walking up to her because she did scream for someone to stay away, so he is gonna keep a respectful distance. But he's not gonna pay any mind to any dirt on the floor if there is any, and he is going to kind of do what he did back at the bar, where it's like he takes a knee in front of her, but still at that distance, like Ray. Ray, you still with us?
Like as soon as her name gets recognized, her eyes just dart as if she's a deer in headlights. It takes her a small bit to recognize it's Cal talking to her, and she just kind of does this weary smile and goes, "Ah, "We meet again."
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just don't want to be. Why am I trembling?
Look, I don't know what you had a dream about, but it was just that. It was a dream. You're awake now. You're safe. So just breathe. All right? Gonna in for 3, hold for 3, out for 3. All right?
Like
And
she'll just hold her wrists together to try to keep like her hands from shaking as she does follow his instructions very slowly.
and here's where you guys, or at least Ray, would learn that the act of breathing feels weird because you don't technically need to do that anymore. That is like a thing that you have to consciously do. Now, that being said, the act of doing it could still be soothing. Like a grounding thing or something.
I was going to mention a couple of other grounding things too while we were at it too.
Yeah, no, go for it. I just want to throw that out there.
Just taking your surroundings.
Oh,
Whatever was in your head before,
quick question.
you're not there. Question for Hume.
For Ray.
Yes.
Would she be crying?
Oh, she'd be bawling, but she's not like sobbing. But there's like basically waterfalls going down her face because, to her mind, she's still on that night on this bus station, but was torn through that station glass when that never occurred.
So if she's locked in the memory of the night of the bus station, this isn't gonna make it any better because you're crying blood.
Oh God!
Oh.
Yeah, no.
The only fluid in a vampire is blood.
Yeah, no, there's no water in your system. So you're not crying like normal human tears. If any of you were to ever cry, it would be blood.
That is so fucking metal.
Just Cal seeing this would probably be like, "Holy shit!"
Would Cal have ever seen this before or experienced it? Yeah, he probably would have experienced it. Yeah, never mind.
It sounds like your ex has hurt your heart just a little bit, my friend. So you've probably cried some.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
imagine Cal has probably cried in the past, depending on his relationship with his ex. There's a possibility you may have caught Selena in a tender moment where she might have shed a few tears. So like you're aware that this can happen.
Yeah,
You probably don't have a lot of experience with it, but
to lay it out nice and easy, you belong to a clan of highly emotional teenagers.
You know what? Makes sense.
So Twilight.
Listen, I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of Toreador that experimented with body glitter when that movie came out, so let's not go there.
Like high school all over again.
I just dislike the fact that it makes sense in a Darwinism aspect that the sparkly vampires would have been the ones that survived.
I mean, yeah, they don't burn in the sun or need to sleep. Anyway, we're not going on a Twilight tangent. Continue. I just needed to throw that out there. That's why I asked, because like she is bawling. I don't know, Cal, I don't know if you've ever seen it to this degree. Depending on how hard you yourself may or may not have cried within the last year that you've been a vampire. But you have seen that vampires do cry blood, and it probably has been explained to you by Selena. Because you've probably run into it at least once.
Gotcha. Just taking your surroundings. I'm really sorry to tell you that last night did happen, but it's in the past now. It's a new night. You remember Abby?
Ray will nod, but she will whisper, like in a way that he can obviously hear. All I can see is the street. Why can I only see the street?
Because you're a bit shaken up right now. But if you're not on the streets, we're at Abby's place right now. It's nothing but old books, old wood. There's nothing here, and no one here who's going to hurt you. You're safe.
Like Ray will put her hand to the floor and then look at it and just slightly rub it to allow her to feel the wood that's probably underneath her body right now. And slowly the memory of it goes down to the point where she can recognize like what's the nightmare and what's reality, but the nightmare is still lingering.
Now, I know you're still a bit shaken up, but we're gonna need to clean you up a little bit, okay? and I'll
Uh,
one of us will explain it when you calm down a bit. But for now, let's just worry about the here, the now, and just grounding ourselves. Okay?
Like,
Alright.
Ray will do a gulp because that's just instinct. Like, obviously, they probably never do produce saliva anymore. And she'll move her glasses to her forehead and then just kind of wipe some of the tears on her arm or blood.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys an option here. We can either continue to allow you guys to just roleplay it through because I am loving the flow of this and how you guys are doing it. But I also want to give the opportunity for Calvin to make I'm gonna say either charisma empathy or manipulation empathy, whatever is higher, to see just how successful he is at bringing Ray down and kind of helping her ground. She'll still face the penalty of failing the role, but she at least will be able to tell. She'll be shaken up, but will at least be able to tell, like, okay, yeah, I'm not stuck in a nightmare.
All right, and it's charisma and what now?
Empathy.
Gotcha. Okay, so just making sure I'm still doing this correctly. Each dot I have for those skills, that's the dice being rolled.
Correct. And I'm gonna put it at
Gotcha.
a base difficulty 6.
Base 6, gotcha.
While that is going on, I would probably say to Abby,
Abby, do you have any towels or anything of the sort we could use to help clean up the kid hair that you'd want me to go get?
I think I have a couple of rather usable rags. They're currently up in the pirate chest.
Abby, you wouldn't happen to have, say, a bottle of water on hand, would you?
Why would I have a bottle of water?
You have random things
No.
collected for their being useful, that's all. Just curious.
No, but there's a stream nearby. That's how I clean the mud off.
Do you have a bucket or something to put water in that we could grab?
I have a trove of really useful knickknacks and odds and ends, but they're up in the treasure chest upstairs, and I want to wait until, she goes from a 10 to a 2.5 before I go back up there.
Would you like us to get them, or is it accessible? Or would
I,
you
I, I only wish
rather
to
wait?
interject with one thing, Abby. This is your house, and you are the master of stealth, and they are both very distracted, peopling right now. Do you honestly believe you couldn't sneak past them and get what's yours before they'd even notice you were there?
I never said I couldn't. I just didn't want to accidentally interrupt.
That's very fair.
It's up to you. If you'd like us to get it, we can do that. Otherwise, we could wait.
I also would like to add that if Ray was about to try wiping her tears herself, Cal probably would try to verbally stop her, like just really comes like, no, don't do that. It might freak you out a little bit. All right, let us handle it.
But you do manage to calm Ray down. With 4 successes, I'd say that is ample enough to get her to ground herself enough that she is able to constantly remind herself that she's not still in the nightmare. She is awake and she is currently safe.
Ray will stop trying to like wipe it off, but she will just like scratch at her neck, scratch at her skin because she's now just she doesn't know what to do. She just freaked out for she thinks for nothing. And she just mutters, "I'm sorry. You don't deserve that."
Why are you apologizing?
I screamed. And I freaked out. I
That's
shouldn't
okay.
have done that.
That's okay. You're okay. This is a lot of new stuff that you're dealing with within 24 hours. It's a lot. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to freak out a little bit.
She will like to start like twisting her wrists in a way of like if you're like opening a doorknob. That's what she continuously does, trying to like calm herself down because she's just like, okay, okay. And you could see her start to like actually calm to the point where she's not badly as trembling, but she's but it's enough for her to grab stuff and walk around without needing to fall over.
All right, do you need me to help with anything else? Like, do you need help walking around at the moment?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I'm right here if you change your mind or if you're just not okay.
I do want to apologize to Abby. I didn't mean to scream get away. I don't know why, but she looked like one of them, you know? The people who grabbed me.
Now, if you still want to talk to her, that's fine. I'm sure she'll understand.
I want to at least apologize. I want to. I have to. She didn't deserve my fear. She's already seen so much of it already. I'm supposed to be the person she teaches. How is she going to learn that I'm not scared of her? To her, to me, she is my savior. She is my protector. How is that to me if I scream at her to get away?
Hey, it's a learning process, okay? Gotta just take it one day at a time. And yeah, maybe that was a rough start to the night, but we get better at these things as we go along, okay?
Ray will start nodding, and she just holds herself, and she just goes, "Everybody else can come in now. I'm not as panicked." Whew.
Okay. Wait, so was everyone else at the door the whole time, or are they downstairs?
I assumed we all made it down the stairs.
Yeah, Cal's probably just gonna kind of project, but not shout for everyone that it's okay to come up now, then.
Sounds good.
Abby perks up. Aha! Let us go. She starts strutting up the stairs.
All right, well,
He successfully
I
peopled.
guess we better get going.
Getting up there, Abby will clap a heavy hand on Cal's shoulder. I emphasize the heavy because she's got some force in those arms and just looks at you. I'm so, so glad you are good at peopling.
Uh, I'm not used to getting that kind of compliment. Thank you.
So you're not going to take any points of damage, but I will let you know that your shoulder is a little sore.
That's fair.
I'm glad you're good at peopling, so I don't have to.
And then Abby will head over to her pirate chest, pop the lock off of it, flip it open and just start pulling random things out. Like stuff coming out of this chest, like busted game systems, game cartridges, a paddle ball, one of those little like paddles with the ball and the string thing that comes flying out. There's a slinky, like all kinds of just miscellaneous random shit. And then eventually finds a couple of rags and one of those buckets that are designed to make sandcastles.
Okay, Ariel.
I have explained that I stole that
Look at
part of
this
her
stuff.
personality.
Isn't
It's
it
called
neat?
a dingle hopper.
No, she knows it's a fork.
I want to be where the people are.
Yes.
Look at my booty. It's very complete.
But yeah, holds these up. These were the things that you requested.
I call the sandcastle bucket.
I mean, if you want to carry the water when we go get it, sure.
Side note, I'm just
Sorry, I had to
imagining.
cough.
I don't know what you guys are planning to do, but I can't help but verbalize what I am just imagining, and that is you guys taking this bucket, walking into the nearest like convenience store or gas station to the fountain drinks and just like flipping on the water thing, just filling it up.
If
Filling
we're
up the
going to a
bucket.
gas station, this is not getting water. This is getting a slushy.
I'm pretty sure that defeats the purpose of why you're getting the bucket.
I did
My
say there
mind
was a
immediately goes
stream nearby.
7-Eleven bucket.
No, it's a sandcastle bucket.
But we're also going to Abbey's stream, which, why does Abbey wash? Never mind.
Happy goes to the stream to wash all the mud off.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say I was on board with the gas station thing. I guess is there one like logically closer than the stream that we would
Not
like go in? Because I would totally do that.
Probably not closer than the stream, just because Abby's home is kind of off the beaten path.
Mm.
Well, I guess
don't
we
mind
gotta
going
be
for.
going down to the stream and getting some water, Hal.
I saw no reason not to get some morning. Yeah, some movement would probably help right now.
You coming with me or what?
Following the leader.
But why are you following me?
Safety in numbers, just considering all things. They're safe here, unless you want to go by yourself in the middle of the night in Texas. That where we know no one.
No, I mean like, why are you following me? Follow the leader. I'm not no leader.
Oh,
Anyway,
you
let's
caught the
go.
joke.
Yep. This is why I'm not the people person.
And then while they walk off, Abby will head to. Abby will give directions to where the stream is so they don't get lost in the middle of the night. And then when they leave, Abby will get as close as she can to Ray without, being in her face, obviously.
Hey, Abby.
How you doing?
I want to say I'm sorry for yelling. I didn't mean to. I just looked like one of the figures from that night, and I didn't mean for you to be harmed if it did hurt you.
Please. I'm as tough as stone. Abby, bumps her fist against her chest. Besides, I've heard a lot worse from people who actually meant it.
But still, it hurts me knowing that I might have hurt you.
Nope. Water under the bridge. Now, they went off to go get some water from the local stream, so we can mop you up a little bit. You kind of got the crimson shower going on. Ooh, shit. That's right. Something I absolutely forgot to say. The only fluids in our system from now on is only ever going to be blood. Which means every liquid function that still functions that we used to do as a human is now just blood.
Ironically, except injuries.
Yes. Yes, we don't bleed.
Out of character. I have to say this. Just like, oh crap. And my brain just went to Cal face palming in the background, being like, all that time waltzing around the
I was
top.
thinking about it.
Wasting.
I was thinking it too. Just like as soon as the whole crimson shower thing got mentioned, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Here I was thinking, blood in your urine is a whole different thing because you're not supposed to have urine.
I mean, to be fair, you're probably not peeing.
Right.
Also,
That's my point. You wouldn't
also,
have urine, so if you
I mean,
see an issue.
I mean, fun fact. Wait, I gotta double check this, make sure I'm not remembering right, but I'm pretty sure your pee is blood.
You can
Right.
force your
That sounds about
body
right.
to do what you used to be able to do as a human, but anything that is fluid will just be blood.
Excellent.
But right after the Crimson Showers comment, Will put her finger, like 3 fingers, to her cheek where obviously it ran, and then brought it out to see it. And the first comment is, oh, this ain't the first time.
I don't know if I should be concerned or relieved upon hearing that, but as long as it's not freaking you out, then guess we're all good.
Oh, I'm used to near eye injuries, so it seeming like I'm crying blood is kind of usual. So me actually crying blood is a little weird, but I'm not petrified. You get my drift?
Okay, not to derail things, but I googled it just to make sure, and I was remembering wrong. It's not blood, it's waste product created by filtering blood. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, Ray's just like she's still like her. You could see that her hand's still slightly shaking while she's looking at the blood. But then she puts she just kind of curls it up so she can hide it, so she's not like mentally panicking. Like Ray's nodding, and she just goes, "Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all actually had him willingly come in here, but I do appreciate you bringing Cal in here."
Are good at one thing, and that's people. And I am absolutely terrible with people, so honestly, he was the best choice.
Ray will look at Cal and go, "Are you taking this as a compliment or just a weird fact that now Abby has stored in her brain?"
Wait, was that something that Ray said out loud?
Yeah, yeah, she said that out loud while pointing to Abby.
So though Cal still has that sort of sly smile to him, you can tell that like, his face kind of contorts a little bit, kind of like he's not sure how to. Honestly, I'm not sure how to take it either. I'm just going to stay optimistic and take it as a compliment.
Everything now. Like Ray's trying to hold back laughter because the funny face that Cal's making is making her giggle. She's not trying to laugh. She doesn't know why she finds it funny, but she just finds it funny that he's like confused. But yeah, he's trying to keep the smile going.
Hey, that's a good sign. Though that does make me wonder where Jack and Jill went with that water.
Speaking of which, we will cut to them, and it's like a. How long of a walk would you say it was?
It takes Abby a few moments to fly there, so I'd say 5, 7 minute walk.
Yeah, we'll say 7 minutes since Abby flies, and that's a little bit faster. Um,
Yeah,
so
she's got an airspeed of 30 miles an hour.
yeah, so it's like a 7 minute walk. You guys get there, and 7 minutes to get back, so 14 minutes later. It's probably a little bit more than that because there's the act of actually filling the bucket and then like trying not to spill it.
Trying not to fall in.
Yeah. I mean, don't tempt me to make you make a dexterity roll.
I am fine with that.
I don't want to now.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Sure,
Failed roll.
I don't want
dexterity
to have any
athletics.
bucket, so I guess I've got to do it.
Dexterity
Look.
athletics.
Oh god, here we go.
If it's a botched roll, then the characters roll down the hill.
Fall into the water.
Well, no, I would imagine I just fall straight in. All right, let's see here. Dexterity. Oh god, what difficulty?
Basics.
All right.
Okay,
Cool.
so you fall in and like you're really wet, but you're not gonna get like washed away or anything. Like you slip and fall on your butt. Like you're leaning in to fill up the bucket and lose your footing and just
I
like whoosh.
climb. Yeah, I climb back out of the water, visibly annoyed.
There's gonna be that moment of just
Look at
reaching out to catch and then splash. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You got a little bit of mud on your pants, Jay.
Not my pants.
Or Silas.
I-
Cyrus.
I get out and stand up, dripping. Kind of brush the water off.
Not a fucking word of this.
I mean, your pants
I
are
would
wet,
then
so.
I won't need to say
I'd
anything.
imagine.
They all have eyes, and you're, just I look up and down a couple times.
We will not talk about it.
So
We
yeah.
have nothing to talk about. Shall we go back, my dear?
I can still stab you and it'll still hurt.
I can make the same threat. Why are we stating facts when we should be going to wash off the small, scared, shaking puppy?
Fine, come on, let's go.
Yeah, so you have that
He's
little
mostly just giddy.
exchange.
He didn't fall in.
Yeah, you just got mud on your pants. It's fine from it splashing onto you. But yeah, you guys make it back. It's not enough time for your pants to dry off, Favana. Um, it. Are you wearing jeans?
No, I'd imagine that at this point, uh, I guess I was thinking about this. I guess I'd be wearing the fancier of the two outfits that I had since we were meeting the prince.
I do not remember what that outfit looks like. I'd have to go back and look.
It would have been like a dress top and like jean shorts. It's
Yeah.
about as fancy as I get.
Yeah, so
So I'd
you
imagine just
you probably tried to wipe some of the mud off of like your legs and stuff, your bare legs. But like part of the bottom of your shirt is wet, especially in the back, and then like your butt is uncomfortably wet, but you know. You get back with the bucket. It was a successful mission, if not mildly inconvenient.
wonderful.
I was gonna let you go without the roll.
Did you, you
Wouldn't
pack,
it be interesting if we didn't?
I mean, that's fair.
just as we get to the Abbey, you did pack a change of clothes, right?
Yes. But obviously not with me.
Yeah, neither of you have your luggage on you. It'd be back at whatever, like, hotel, motel, or whatever you're staying at.
The
I
Motel
guess we're
Triple
gonna have to
Six?
stop by at some point.
Yeah, you guys walk in. Is everybody else still upstairs?
Abby would be.
What about Ray and Calvin? You guys still upstairs?
So my answer depends entirely on Ray, since you know I'm kind of just making sure she's all good here.
The emotional support Toreador.
Sorry, I had to stop there for a moment. I was about to die of laughter. Um,
For
she's
which part?
probably at like the top of the staircase to go down because she kind of got the courage to start walking.
So then
We get
I imagine then for like the 14 to 20 minutes, because you know you have to take time for them to get out of the water and dry off a little bit. That it takes for them to get back. For as long as Cal and Ray are upstairs, since the treasure chest is already open, she's just pulling things out, just going over the different, I'm going to air quotes, adventures that she got into to acquire these items. It doesn't take long to figure out she's stolen everything that's in this chest. And
There's
it's
a word for that.
Yes, it's called stealing. But
Is
Yes,
there? Does this
kleptomaniac.
building have electricity though? That's something
no,
I need to want.
no, this building is devoid of any utilities.
Hey Abby,
Yeah,
why do you have electronics?
because I wanted them.
You have a whole Z box in here, and it's
Yeah,
never, and it's not seeing any use.
I also don't remember how to use it. I just saw it and I was like, ooh, and then I stole it.
You know what? One of these days, if for some reason we have to, actually, I mean, if you take it back to the bar, I can probably hook it up.
All right, but I'm pretty sure we do still have some stuff to do tonight. However, we will absolutely put that on the checklist because I got a whole bunch of crap in here. Like, so there's the Z box. I have a way station too.
I am
Raise.
so happy that you're playing along with my shenanigans here. Just like, yeah, we're dancing around copyright here.
I have like a list of shit that I'm ready to dance around. Don't think I haven't been prepping this.
My man.
It did take
Ray's
me
just
a little
looking
too
at
long
some of
to
the stuff
realize what it
too.
was you were referencing, and I am ashamed.
But Ray's just
Oh,
looking at some
gee.
of the stuff with like wide eyes and a big old smile because she hasn't seen a lot of antiques, and her brain, when seeing particular antiques, either it be from hairbrushes to antique gaming consoles, you could see the twinkle in her eye, just being just a pure joy.
Wait a minute, is that one of my whiskey
I,
glasses in there?
Yeah, I have an insider. Thank you.
I would imagine at this point we started climbing the stairs up and
Maybe.
with the water, and we're heading over. We're probably within
Yeah.
earshot at this point, I'd assume.
Probably
How
hearing
long?
Abby rant about all the objects and then get called out for having whiskey glasses from Cal's bar.
And then you guys are probably also, or at least one of you, probably Ray, since she's not active within the. Well, no, she was Googling the tech. You guys might be hearing Favana and Cyrus bickering as they enter back in.
How long does it take us to notice the wet patch on her clothes and potential look of pure irritation?
I'd say 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't imagine it takes long. You can roll perception if you want to, or awareness. Yeah.
Awareness. No, alertness.
Alertness. Oh, wits alertness if you really want to.
I think Abby would probably just hear the drip, 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 drip. Abby would absolutely look over from the pile of goods and go, "You were supposed to get a bucket of water, not baptized."
Well, the water was playing hard to get.
You look like a wet cat.
And you look like someone that enjoys being stabbed. Would you like to pursue that?
Ooh. Got the attitude of one too.
You just
Ever
hear
so
Ray
I
gently
kind of
in the
while
like.
the two
background
cats are
giggling.
fighting, the bucket of water is going to be slowly eased out of Fovana's hands, and I'm just going to slowly scoot over to Ray while these two are bickering like cats.
All Cyrus can see is just a smiling Ray, just chuckling.
And while the laughter is wholesome because it's genuine and cute, it's also a little disturbing because there are blood-stained tears going down her face, like that are on her face. It's dried now, but
So, do you want one of us to get you cleaned up, or you got it?
Let's see if I can try and guys can fix up any missing spots I apparently miss.
Meanwhile, I'm just standing there, still staring at Calvin, mad, angry, very irritated. If looks could kill and we weren't already dead, he would have died 12 times over.
I mean, there is a final death.
Abby will look towards
That is true.
Bovana. Do you need me to bring your pants out? I can help try and get them dry.
That's
No. I've, yeah, no. We'll have to stop by the hotel at some point, I guess, and get our change of clothes, but that's about it.
If you tell me
I
where it
assume.
is, I can fly over there and pick up stuff for you.
honestly, I don't know if we know where it is yet.
You're probably given an address. It's kind of like, because I imagine that the hotel was booked before y'all got there, and they probably just like forwarded the email for the reservation.
Okay, this brings up a problem. So I assume I would have a phone with that in it. That was in my pocket when I
Probably.
fell in the water.
Probably. You both would have
I
gotten
would
this,
assume
though.
at this point it wouldn't be working.
I mean, if you use Cyborg instead of Peach phones, you'd probably be okay, but I'm guessing you use a Peach.
Uh, you know
I wouldn't
what?
dare.
Make.
Those are fighting words.
Make a. It would be intelligence technology.
Are you sure you not? Or do you have the Mokla phone? Are you sure you don't have the indestructible Mokla phone?
I'm
I
trying to think of.
probably honestly would have had something that would be normally not standard. But let's see here. So you said intelligence and technology together?
No, I'm saying it probably wouldn't be intelligence because you're not actively fixing it. We're just trying to figure out how broken it is. Um,
Perception then?
maybe we do perception technology
Okay.
because I'm more so determining how broke if it is broken or not, rather than if you notice if it's broken. Because sometimes you get lucky and it doesn't actually do much damage.
Yeah. Uh so I guess difficulty 6, right?
Yeah, base of 6. It's like it takes a couple seconds too long to turn on for your comfort, but it does turn on.
Okay.
Well, give me a second here. I will um get the address.
I slowly pull up the email. The phone is slightly dripping on the corner, but I guess the IP certification for the phone actually worked.
Just dunk it in rice
And
later.
yeah, right. And pull up the address and kind of show it to Abby.
This is I guess where the hotel's supposed to be. I'm not entirely sure where it is.
Oh, yeah, I know what that is. That's one of our usual places. Certified quality vampire motel.
The Vantel 6.
Um,
Yeah, I guess I guess I would have I had a smaller suitcase that would have had a small change of outfit. I guess if you were willing to go grab it, it would be the smaller of the few.
Yeah, honestly, that shouldn't be an issue at all. Um, you guys just want to hang here, or I know we were talking about going to the church that was attacked. Do you guys want to go there and I meet you there, or how do we want to arrange this?
I mean, I can change there if there's a space. Wouldn't be the first time I got naked in a church, I guess.
Oh, feisty.
Arched, confused brow, looking at fellow Tremere like, Nani da huh?
Hey, I wasn't always dead.
I just didn't take you for the type to get freaky in church, that's all.
who
Who
said
said it was
anything
get
about getting
freaky?
freaky? Yeah.
Why were you getting naked in church?
reason.
Because you have to have sins to be forgiven, silly.
Look, a girl has to have her secrets.
By the way, during this entire conversation, Ray did get like the majority of the blood off her face.
I would just sit there
Ray?
and smile at Cyrus,
Uh-oh. Don't
not
forget
giving
behind your
any
ears,
clue to
Ray.
anything.
I don't think the blood made it behind her ears.
It's just force of habit. Something always gets behind someone's ears when they get dirty.
She's a little bit more careful when she's trying, like, she's pulling some of her flesh to kind of get, like, under the eye. But not enough to, like, cause damage, just enough to, like, how you normally pull to clean out the inner portions of the eye. That's what she's doing, but to clean underneath it.
Yeah, I'll say that you got good enough clean. So are you all heading to the church and just going to meet Abby there?
I like that plan.
Sounds like it.
Abby will make sure that you have her phone number.
Yeah, I was about to ask if Abby had a phone.
Yep, hangs around her neck.
On a cord.
It's the Moclia!
Yup, one of the indestructible phones. Because smartphones crumble in her hands.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we will fast forward a little bit. It takes a good little bit to get there. I think I had stated beforehand it would take about an hour to reach from the bus stop. And then you guys had to walk a little bit further away to get to Abby's Abbey, but it'd be closer than getting to the bar. So we'll say hour 15 walk if you guys decide to walk there. I would say maybe taking public transportation, but I have a funny feeling Ray is going to have a little PTSD with public transportation.
Yeah, like absolute
Depending
craziest
on the
scenario.
public transportation.
I
If it's
mean-
a taxi, she'll be
I
fine.
was gonna ask if we could get like whatever form of Uber there would be or something to get over there.
I was gonna say there probably is Uber. Taxis, not really. But you could probably get an Uber. An Uber for like 2, 3, 4 people. Be a big car.
Be a little
can-
cozy.
You can request a van.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, Uber XL. Got a lot of experience with that over the summer.
Well, we could do that, or do we want to walk?
I say we call an Uber just to save time.
Who would be
we are
paying for
burning
this?
moonlight.
I mean, it's early in the
Uh,
daytime. I would say like sunsets at like what 7? It's probably like 9 currently.
I guess I would
You have the money.
potentially.
You have the money for that kind of thing.
I guess I do.
I
I
was
do
gonna
have
say,
resources.
Cyrus, you want to play rock paper scissors for it?
I was just gonna say, considering the situation of I'm just gonna eyeball her one more time, real quick, of her misfortune.
Yeah, you do
I'm
have the
perfectly fine
resources.
taking care of the bill right now.
I'm not going to argue if someone's going to pay.
Yeah, no, you both have the resources, so. So yeah,
No
okay.
takesy backsies.
Yeah, so you order the Uber for a ride of like 4 people. The person, it takes like maybe 15 minutes for somebody to answer and then come and get you, and then you guys all pile in. The drive is much shorter. The drive's probably another like 15 to 20 minutes, maybe. And you guys are there?
So I think it's better to leave the questioning of events and the details to the two of you.
I'm sorry, who's the people with the
Sounds good.
people skills again?
I mean, yeah, but I got people skills, but I'm not a detective.
I can get Filbert again.
But well, maybe what we could do is kind of talk through you. So
I sit there and talk and basically lay out a plan of, even though it sounds intricate, I would just sit there and I feel like both of us would be on each side of Calvin and just kind of like lean over every once in a while whenever we have a question. And Calvin would use his powers of people skills to kind of transform that into less sarcastic statements.
so what do y'all think?
Out
We
of
just
character.
you
I'm gonna
you
say this
you.
out of character. The floor is made of floor.
I'm going to say this in character. Did you just ask Cal to be our babblefish?
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like that's better than the alternative.
Ray is just waving. Hello.
Weren't we told there was a Abby who this church? There were people at this church who were still there, weren't there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, that was last night though, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, who knows
Mm,
what we'll run into today.
I would like to remind you, especially you, Calvin, because Selena did
yeah,
mention this.
they clean
This,
it up really quickly.
not just that, but this was the Nosferatu Primogen's domain.
I was gonna say it wasn't Nosferatu mentioned.
Okay, yeah, gotta mentally prepare myself for what I might see then.
Reminder, don't let Ray wander off. Alright.
Just get her a child leash. One of those little backpack leashes. It'll be fine.
I find those things so
Dear Lord.
fucking hilarious. Like
We're
Right?
going
it
to get
is.
the
I can
Bjorn for the
imagine
child.
we need art of us now with Calvin holding the child leash for Ray.
Have we just determined that Calvin is Ray's father, essentially?
And me with my wet ass.
Just
Giggity.
drop
Hey, sorry I couldn't catch you fast enough.
mud on Cyrus's pants. Abby just in the
But I
back. I'm
will.
like, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to have friends.
I do want Ray to explore the church a little bit. I am curious about what she'll see, so I can do a perception roll.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys go in. Ray, go ahead, do a perception roll. How far are you wandering off?
Enough to make the people worry.
Okay. So
that happened as a joke.
I will describe the church. It is pretty decent in size. It looks like one of those fairly well-off churches. It's a Catholic church. It's got the confessional booths off to the side, big old pews. It looks like nothing ever happened when you entered.
I am gonna ask
Because
difficulty.
we've been told about the Nosferatu, my head will be on a swivel. Just I don't want to see anybody who's probably going to be pissed to see me. So it's constantly okay, it's clear, we're clear.
Scooter, I'm gonna ask difficulty.
Depends. Are you looking for anything specific, or are you just looking around like generically?
Just looking around generically, looking for anything that's just like either movement or just anything weird.
So are you looking?
I'm looking if there's Nosferatus currently in the church.
Okay, yeah, that's what I needed to figure out. So in that case, it would be a wits alertness. Alertness is supernatural.
Awareness is supernatural.
Awareness is super. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll get it down eventually. That we'll probably be like almost done with the session with this campaign before I get it down, but I'll get it down eventually. Um. So yeah, it'll be a wits awareness, and I'm gonna, since you're actively looking for Nosferatu, and considering they don't usually like to be seen, I'm gonna put it at a difficulty 10 because you don't have Auspex either.
Technically, if it's like versus a stealth roll, it would still use alertness.
I'm assuming they're using obfuscate.
Well, they're using obfuscate. She can't see them. Period. Like if it's the level 2 that makes them go invisible, she would have to have auspex at a level that matches or exceeds to even be allowed to try and see them.
Yeah, that's fair. So you probably can't roll.
I just did.
It's a botch anyway.
Yeah, nonetheless. But Ray is still wandering around. She's just like excited for some reason because obviously she's probably read the Nosferatu books, not realizing that they are like in a sense the literal version of monster, but their soul, like their personality, could be different. But to her brain, Nosferatus are something new, and she wants to learn. Now, after the nightmare, she's now have a rush of adrenaline in her system, and now she's out of everybody's view.
Also, quick question: did you reduce the dice pool by 1?
I did not.
Yeah, all of your rolls for this night are reduced by 1.
Yeah, I might have just went on autopilot and went 2.
I mean, I'll leave it for now, but just a reminder for the future, and I'll try to remind you anytime that you roll. But yeah, so anyway, you don't see anything, and in fact, both because the fact that you just rolled terribly as is, and also you wouldn't have been able to see him anyway. You probably like bump into and nearly fall over into a pew when you hear something behind you, because suddenly you just kind of hear, "Ah, look, it's the shovelhead."
Hello!
You still don't see anything, mind you.
But she still screams, hello!
Actually, I'll double check. That might break him out of it.
Oh, that's fair.
How far away is this the newly turned one from us right now?
Depends on how far you let her walk off.
I don't know. As soon as she's out of line of sight, there's going to be panic.
I feel like if Cal noticed her slinking off in the first place, he probably would have done the most dad-like line ever. It's like, don't wander off too far.
Okay, yeah, no. So speaking would have pulled them out of it. So you turn around and you see a very thin, almost skeletal looking woman with bits of flesh like actively in a permanent state of like mid peeling away to where you can kind of see the muscle underneath. She's got like blonde hair that seems to be balding in some spots. Um it's like very choppy, like a toddler came up and started like just cutting away at her hair. Um her eyes are blue and sunken in. and she's looking at you perched up on top of the back of the pew that you just tripped over in like the Spider-Man pose, looking at you in amusement.
In the distance, the group hears, "Oh, you look so cool!"
I'm not used to that kind of reaction. She turns around and looks at the rest of the group as she like climbs down from the pew. What exactly are y'all doing here?
Who let the kid walk away?
Yeah, you should really put a leash on your dog.
She's still a person.
Is Abby there yet?
I'll give it a little bit more time, but I think she's gonna arrive soon. But yeah, what are you doing here?
Well, I was looking for the head honcho of this place because we couldn't help but hear that you guys had some visitors last night.
Yeah, he's busy, and I would be careful working with him anyway.
I respect that. So, were you here during the events?
No, but I have eyes everywhere. I know what happened.
And I'm assuming that Cal basically got the script of things to ask there, or are we just winging it as we go?
I'm gonna say wing it
I assume.
because Ray, I would think she would kind of like respectfully talk to the lady, being like, "Well, we're trying to figure out what happened, as you obviously called me Shovelhead. We're trying to figure out what happened here and what's the information because we're trying to figure out what and who."
Yeah, another shovelhead was dropped off at the front door and attacked some families that were staying behind to do like some cleanup stuff to get ready for service or something. Quite sad, honestly. There was a couple kids in it.
And you said families with an S, meaning plural.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't like a big old group or anything like that,
Still.
but yeah, like one family of like 3, another of like 4 or 5 or something. And unlike at your bar, there was nobody here to help them.
Ray's gonna instantly start looking around for, the spooky dooky shit.
I would have probably been. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, after the Nosferatu essentially stating it was in fact a massacre, Cyrus is just gonna kind of, it's gonna be pure quiet, pure silence, and just kind of looking over the entirety of this place and remembering when the events that led to his changing everything, and thinking about how it really just seems like constantly those massive violent events for everybody when they change.
Mostly for shovelheads. I mean, yeah, some of us also get like really unfortunate turnings, but the ones like where there's a big murder involved is usually because of the Sabbat just grabbing random humans and then killing them and then putting their blood in, shaking them up, and just throwing them into the public.
Speaking of which, was there anyone with the shovel head? Anything that might have been left behind? Something we can use to catch a lead?
Uh, she like pauses to think for a minute before she just kind of like taps her head like, duh, I forgot about this. And you just kind of see her like mouth open a bit, and slight trigger warning for people, but maybe I'll edit in the trigger warning later. But and like a little spider kind of crawls out of her mouth, and she like picks it up onto her finger, and she's like kind of like whispering to it. Yeah. Yeah, there was like a dude with him that dropped him off. He was like pretty tall, muscular, brown hair, casual clothes. Like he wouldn't normally stand out other than the fact that he's like a big, like a tall, buff guy.
So we're talking like regular tall, unusually tall.
I mean, he ain't nothing like the prince. So I would say more regular tall. Like 6 feet,
I
somewhere between the 6 foot to 6'5" range.
like my question would be, they had mentioned the events at Calvin's bar. I assume that would just be kind of grapevine kind of thing.
So you would probably know pretty well that the Nosferatu are the information brokers. They probably know most of everything that's going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
They've got eyes and ears everywhere for mix of the fact of they specialize more so than, probably on average, more so than any other clan that might have access to obfuscate. Just for the fact that the public can't see them because their appearance in and of itself would risk a masquerade breach. So there's that, and then also they you have heard of them working with animals, and the fact that she was just communicating with the spider, you can imagine that's probably how she gets a lot of her information. It's just little spiders hiding around.
Okay.
The man that dropped off the shovelhead. Was he on foot or did he get here and leave in a vehicle?
On foot, just kind of like threw them on the front porch. Pretty sure, no, not pretty sure, it did happen. One of the like men of the group saw him and was worried and pulled him in.
You said one of the men in a group?
Yeah, like the humans that were working the night set up for whatever event was supposed to happen.
Gotcha, gotcha. And just asking, so that way this could potentially be a little bit easier. You wouldn't happen to be able to provide a sketch of this man or something?
I am not artistically inclined. Sorry, dude.
No worries, I respect that. Is there anyone here who would have seen it who is artistically inclined?
Nope. Like I said, the nobody showed up to help these humans until it was way too late, and that guy was already like a block away looking for more blood.
Ray pops her head up. Wait, he wasn't caught?
Oh, he was caught by like one of the other bully boys, but not here.
Ray kind of does a sigh of relief, but she kind of hides her face in the shadow, and you could see grief on her face.
Yeah, it's a messed up situation, but the Sabat are messed up creatures who embrace the monsters that we're trying to not become. At least some of us. Everyone else at least pretends.
Yeah, Cal is probably gonna kind of look at Favana and Cyrus just because not sure what else to ask here, so maybe one of them would know what questions need to be asked in order to hopefully get any other information.
I guess as the exchange would go on, I've just kind of been listening and looking around the room, seeing if there's anything interesting.
Also, this might just be a force of habit from D&D, but is this woman lying to us?
Do you want to make a wits empathy roll?
Okay, wits empathy. Let me check the little blips that I'm gonna be rolling.
Difficulty 6.
Um, should I make a roll to see if there's anything I would consider out of the ordinary or interesting?
Yeah, go for it. Are you looking for like normal stuff, or are you trying to find something like supernatural?
I guess normal stuff.
And just checking, you said it's at difficulty 6.
Yeah, Dipsit's 6.
Got it.
So for you then, Favana, it would be wits.
Probably investigation.
Investigation? Yeah. So yeah, what's investigation?
Okay. Difficulty 6, right?
Yep. Yeah, so Calvin, she's telling the truth, but she's not telling you everything.
You're leaving something out.
I kind of figured the bartender would be the perceptive one.
So let's cut the bullshit. What's the whole story?
Listen, and I would say around this point, Abby can be here, because I am realizing I'm leaving her out a little bit too long. Abby would probably arrive here pretty soon. But listen, kid, information is not free, and I've already given out quite a bit for free.
Right,
So-
right.
Real quick, would Abby recognize this Nosferatu?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she'd recognize her.
So from the church rafters, because Abby never uses the front door anywhere. What's the Nosferatu's name?
Arachne.
Arachne! Come on, you know this is for the betterment of everyone here. Slip a little freebie because we're trying to murk these bastards.
I have already given quite a bit of information. I gave the description of the guy.
Coming down from the ceiling, Abby lets her wings flutter, but she does an absolute superhero landing with a little bit of luggage in her other hand.
Does the floor survive the superhero landing?
Yes, that's why she fluttered her wings, so she didn't do a full impact.
Some dust may have been like spread about, but not a whole lot because the place is actually quite clean, and not just because like it has been, you know, unmurderized, uncrime scened.
Abby will hand off the suitcase to Fovana.
Ah, thank you.
Not a problem. Looks back to Arachne. Look, we're trying to catch these people. What are you holding back on?
She pauses a moment. What exactly am I going to get for it?
you won't get dragged off for obstruction of my duties. And like Abby just unleashes the best, like adorable slash sinister smile.
She just kind of rolls her eyes. Fine. All right, look. The guy that dropped him off frequents a few places around here. Usually seen with at least one other.
Is that other person consistent or?
Yeah. You know her well.
Wow, I could have also got you with harboring Sabat.
I assure you that if it's the same person I'm thinking of, I wasn't harboring anyone. At least not knowingly.
No, I was talking to Arachne.
I'm not harboring anybody. But no, especially the woman, she likes to frequent a lot of the more public areas. You Toreador do like your public spaces.
At this point, Ray's back with the group.
But they tend to keep a fairly low profile. As of right now, I couldn't tell you where they are. And that's not just because I actually don't know.
I mean, just a list of the places that they frequent is going to be good enough. That means they probably have a small little headquarters somewhere if they've been making these continued hits. Now, this was probably the messiest one so far. But yeah, I appreciate it. Is there anything else?
Not really. I can make you the list, but like of the places, but that's gonna take me a minute.
While you're doing that, do you happen to have now this may be an odd question, but do you happen to have a restroom?
Yeah, of course. There's bathrooms in a church just over there, and she like points down to a hallway. It's like the first door on the right.
Thank you. I'll be right back, I guess.
I wheel my little suitcase, head towards the bathroom to get out of my wet pants and shirt, and go change.
Yeah, she didn't question it. She noticed that your clothes were wet.
Yeah, Ray is still staring at this Nosferatu, but obviously with not the looks that a Nosferatu would accept. It's just full of awe to see something like her. And to her, the Nosferatu are the most trustworthy because they're ugly as fuck.
Which is such a mistake. But yeah, she like glances over at Ray. You good, kid?
Yep. I just never seen a Nosferatu.
I would sure hope not.
Oh no, I was just newly turned yesterday. I want to learn every single portion of vampire clans that I can physically meet, and I got really excited.
I'm well aware that you returned yesterday. As I said, I would sure hope that up until this point you had never seen one. Yeah, there'd be a problem.
That would mean the Nosferatu were bad in hiding.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. It's like, I mean, we're not necessarily bad at hiding, but yeah, we're not supposed to be caught.
Yeah, it's kind of for the same reason I just can't go strutting out in public in my birthday suit, you know? We kind of shouldn't let people know that the things that go bump in the night do, in fact, go bump in the night.
Ray also just looks at the Nosferatu and just says with the biggest smile, "You also have ghosts. They're smiling right now. Have knowledge of this fact."
Okay.
They're a little bit weirded out that they're in a Nosferatu church because they didn't die in a Nosferatu church, but they're dealing with the cards they've dealt with.
She just pats Ray on the head and turns to look at the others.
Yeah, she sees the spooky ookie.
Yeah, I've noticed. Sketchy, are you trying to say something? Your little icon lit up for a moment.
My bad. I just realized I had the mic flipped up when I was sipping my water. But he was like, so about that list.
Yeah, hold on. And she like walks off, grabs like one of those pamphlet looking things that churches will have that like tells of like all the events that they're going through and like what the sermon's about that the people could follow along with. I don't know if anyone else at church had that, but mine did. It wasn't a Catholic one, but still had it. And she like gets one of those tiny little pencils and just kind of like finds an empty enough spot and just starts writing like 3 or 4 different places and like hands it out.
I would assume at this point, I'd probably finish changing,
Yeah.
heading my way back, rolling
forgot
my
she was in the
little
back.
suitcase.
Yep. You're now in dry clothing.
Yeah, now I'm probably just dressed in a t-shirt and a different pair of shorts. Very slovenly, pretty much. It would be my normal t-shirt outfit.
I just imagine it would say something along the lines of like, "I logged out just for this."
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Exactly. Oh, I had something I was gonna say on it, and I forgot what I was gonna say now. I'll remember it later.
So, uh, what I miss?
We got a lead.
All right.
And Arachne, right?
That's right.
Yeah, sorry we had to meet under such circumstances, really.
She just kind of shrugs. There's always a circumstance.
With us, there always is.
But I wish you luck, kid. Uh, that woman seems like a piece of work.
I guess that's one way of putting it. So, unless anyone has any further questions, I think we have a few locations to check out.
Oh, I had rolled perception, but I don't know if I had seen anything or not. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. Remind me what you were rolling for again.
Uh, I think at the time I was just kind of looking around and see if anything was out of place or anything questionable. Like that was obviously off kilter or whatever.
No, it looks like a pretty standard church building.
Okay.
out of character. Ray bumped into the most out of place thing, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the fact this will be forever a joke.
Yeah. She looks over at, looks through all of you, and then over at Looney. It's like, I mean, I guess if you'll need more information, should I find any, you should know how to figure out how to get in touch with me.
I'll send Filbert over.
I was gonna say look for a spider, but that works too.
Filbert's a crow. Don't mistake him for a raven. He has a particular white feather on his left wing. Compliment that, and he'll let you take any shiny.
Yeah, birds tend to like me, so animals in general.
I'm just saying that because he won't let go of letters.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray starts walking away.
Don't wander too far.
Sorry, who made you my dad?
I did.
Slow down there. That is such a strong word there. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
I look at Calvin.
Come on, Dad, let's go.
This is gonna be my next couple of nights, ain't it?
Yeah.
You bet your ass.
It's better than calling Fova swamp.
That's always interesting when a new coterie forms. Good luck, kids. And like, she walks off behind like a pillar and then disappears.
Well, before she walks off, Abby will kind of like ambush her with a hug. One that is definitely stronger than the previous one because Abby got stronger. And then whispers in Arachne's ear, "Look, you know I'll help you out if you need it. You know we need to do this to keep the city safe."
Yeah, I know. I was planning to give the information. I just want to see if I could get anything out of it.
Yeah, you probably could have. And then I showed up. And then Abby just plopped her back on her feet.
Yeah, I don't imagine Arachne's too much taller than Abby. They're pretty close to the same height because Arachne's not very tall either. She's just very gangly.
Abby just feels tall when she starts picking people up like it ain't nobody's business.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously, good luck. Sabat are always a huge mess.
Well, thanks a lot. I guess we'll be in touch.
She gives a thumbs up and then again walks away and then like past like a beam pillar thing and then you just don't see her.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Wait, is Ray still like in the area, or is she just straight up outside at this point?
She's straight up outside, and even at that point, she wouldn't be phased.
Cal, you lost your kid again.
So Calvin's the daddy and Abby is the mommy.
Daddy is such a strong title.
The best part is, none of us have to worry about anyone going out to get milk because we can't drink it.
At the very
Oh,
least, you can't use that
God.
excuse.
Oh God, Cal's black
I'm
too.
gonna go grab us a quick cow. I mean, that'll be easy, right? We can drink that.
That's true. Also, Cal is black, so if he was to do that, he would be feeding that stereotype.
Oh.
Yup.
Dear death.
Unless you
So,
want to downgrade
is
and go
Cal
with
an active father or an absent father?
I already have a feeling. I see him
Oh
drinking
no.
like an alcoholic's blood, just already in a bottle, just already chugging that shit down.
No, to be completely accurate, he's more like a teenage father that's way in over his head because he's basically a baby as well. I think other than Looney, he's the youngest one in this group.
So do you want to be downgraded to best bud, Cal, or you still want to go stick with the daddy title?
Oh no. I'm gonna be calling him Pops the whole time.
His joints probably will.
Well, I'm sorry. I know that I'm just like dead silent right now, but it's like I'm trying really hard not to crack some jokes right now. I'm trying real hard.
Do it.
I mean, go ahead and crack the jokes. It's nearing 11, so before we end up like getting carried away to the next thing, I'm probably going to go ahead and end it early since we were saying 11-ish is going to be the time that we're going to wrap up.
I mean, shit, probably ain't the first time Cal's been called daddy.
Probably not.
I am no longer
Hey,
using
apparently wasn't my first time naked in a church, apparently.
nor my first
It's
time
an
crying
episode of
blood.
firsts.
Yeah, I guess find Ray and give her the quick rundown. It's like, okay, so as you now know, that was a Nosferatu. Those are the eyes and ears of the kindred world, and they deal in information. In other words, giving them money probably isn't going to be of much use to them. What they want is more information. So if you've got any particularly interesting secrets, that's most likely what they're going to want in exchange for whatever information they give you.
Ray's just sitting there, absorbing the information, and then just says, "Okay, let's go to a hospital, steal blood bags, and bribe them."
I like the way you think, kid.
Or I go to your bar and bring them a drunk human for slight consumption, and then bring them back and wrap them all up in blankets.
That sounds an awful lot like kidnapping, which is frowned upon, but so is most of the thing that we vampires do.
So
Some of the
stealing
laws
the
are a little
blood
flexible.
So stealing the blood bags is a more liable option.
No comment. All right, how many locations we got here?
You have about 4 different locations. 2 of them would be clubs. One is a shooting range, and I haven't decided what the last one is yet.
I take it that Cal is familiar with at least one of those places then.
Yeah, I mean, you at least recognize the name of the clubs. I don't know how often he would frequent a shooting range.
Do we have names for the clubs, or is Calvin going to make one up?
I mean,
I need to know.
he can make one up if he wants to. I
We'll
haven't
fix it in
named
post.
I haven't named any of these things yet because I'm not gonna lie. That was all improv.
Is
We'll fix it in post.
is one of them going to be a club of potentially dubious nature?
I haven't decided yet, I'm not gonna lie.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
A vampire bakery that is hosted by a human that has served vampires over the years.
So a ghoul.
More like a family generation thing.
They'd probably more likely do the ghoul thing.
Aye.
Because them's the rules.
The goal rules?
Just as long as one of the clubs is not called the Succubus Club.
No, I wasn't planning on doing that.
My
I
brain just
don't
thought
think-
with like the generation thing with the bakery. This is like, yes, My father before me baked good for vampires like you. And then his father before him, and then I don't know when Houston was created, but I remember that we were here when Houston was here.
You know, humans
Pepper
aren't
Fang Farm remembers.
allowed to know that vampires exist. At the very best, they would have to be a ghoul. Because then they're at least under the service of the vampire. Ray wouldn't know this, but you can know this. But yeah, for now though, we'll go ahead and do our shout outs for everybody. Raz, are you getting that?
Yeah, I got the bathroom text.
Okay. Then we'll come to you later.
Yep.
We'll start with Calvin. Tell us who
Alright, so,
you
like,
are, where we can find you, the character that you're playing, and a something that Calvin has either learned or a character growth moment.
So, hi everybody. I'm Sketchy Art Demon. You can find me here on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok under the same handle with all the underscores included. And you can also find me on Twitter at sketchy_demon. And I played the role of Calvin Woodrow. And today, well, tonight, technically, both literally and story-wise, um, well, big thing that we learned is we got we got a suspect, we have locations, and we know that a certain someone has been accompanying him to these locations. And I don't think it would necessarily be character growth exactly, since he's probably done something similar with with the whole trying to get Ray to calm down thing. I don't know if I would really consider that character growth since he's probably done that before. But
Depends on what he learned from the situation.
that apparently it wouldn't be the first time Ray has dealt with people crying blood before. Also, that apparently Fovan has been naked in church for whatever reason that he isn't going to ask about tonight.
Maybe in the future when they're both drunk. You know, after feeding off of a human that is drunk. Because that's the only way you can get drunk.
Scuff, write that down.
I'm down. I wrote it down. It's lore.
The lore.
Lore! Insert Markiplier's lore gif here.
Oh yeah, I guess character growth would be I guess
You don't have
Cal is
to put in a character growth moment for him. It's an or thing. There could also be things that he hasn't learned. You're not required to do this if you cannot think of anything. It's just a
Character
chance for
growth
some
is now
bonus
you're
XP.
the dad.
yeah, I was about to say that too. It's like, guess character growth would be apparently accidentally getting into a fatherly role, oddly enough.
He is dad. He's only daddy depending on who is asking. Apparently. Look, he said it's not the first time you've been called that. I'm just saying.
Just reiterating.
Exactly. That is. I mean, I'll give you 1 bonus XP for other things that he's learned. By the way, everybody, you get 1 XP for the roleplay, 1 XP for showing up, and then Sketchy, that's 1 more XP.
Wait, so that put me at 3 or 4 in total for tonight?
3.
3, gotcha.
Yeah, 3 added to however many you already had. Which, by the way, once it comes down to it, let me, DM me anything that you upgrade on your character sheet so I can make sure it's matching what I have. After this, we will go with Jay. Tell us, who are you? Is there anywhere that we can find you? If not, you can give us like a fun fact about yourself or your character that you don't mind people knowing. Just don't do any spoilers for them. And give me either something he has learned today or a character growth moment.
I don't really have anywhere I can be found yet, other than like on Discord. But I might be leaning into Twitch and stuff. And if I do, I'll probably be dropping my handle here. Uh,
Just let me know
character
if or when you do, and I will put it in the overlay.
that I will. Character growth wise, I don't even know because right now it's still trying to even figure out how much or how little I can truly trust all these guys. We seem to have a similar sense of very dark humor, which comes with the territory, I feel, but it's just it's becoming more interesting to see where as a where I should be trying to find my place and who I can trust with what I might have to do or what we will be doing, because there's definitely going to be moments where it's going to have to be blind faith and trust in the people I'm working with, it feels like. Mostly Abby, which also worries me because I'm a red wizard to her, not a friend.
That may change one day. I will give you 1 extra XP. So total of 3 for tonight. Pyrrha, who are you? Who are you playing? Where can we find you? What is one thing that you have learned and or a character growth moment?
Lerm. Hi. I'm me. You can find me here on Twitch or I guess YouTube. I have all the links on my Twitch. Also Blue Sky. Pretty much everything's Parate, so you can find me there. I blanked. What were the questions again?
What
I'm out of it.
You're good. Who are you playing and what is a character growth moment
Oh.
and or something that she has learned today?
That's what I was missing. I was missing the who am I playing? I'm of course playing Fovana, who's sarcastic and kind of bitchy, just like me. It's not a stretch. And apparently I've been naked in a church. I'm gonna see how that's gonna play out.
It could just become a throwaway joke, let's be honest.
No, it cannot now. I must obsess about it and figure it out.
You will make it
It's
relevant,
gotta
huh?
be even better. I will make it relevant.
Okay.
I guess a thing I learned is that I have shit balance and I fall into rivers or streams. But that's not really something I learned. I would say that so far, um, that wasn't there wasn't much it wasn't probably as apparent, but there was probably in the character a little bit more compassion or not compassion necessarily, but um
Empathy?
like empathy towards what's going on with Ray,
You need the restroom?
having to learn, seeing it all through the eyes of someone that's recently turned,
Said no.
seeing the echoes of the past of having everything had happened years ago, and just the reminder of how jarring and shit everything is. Even though, it was the turning was a tragic event for Fovana, and it kind of came out of nowhere, and there was a lot of surprise. Less so because, Ray has been kind of used as and pointed as like a loaded weapon at someone and turned loose, or society and turned loose. So it's a little different, but there is, a little bit of concern for their well-being in all this. And yeah, so there's some of that there that's building. But I don't know how much of that was shown tonight. But it's definitely there. It's definitely concerned about Ray in some degree.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was shown super, like, obviously, but there are little things there, like her going to get the bucket, and Favana doesn't seem like the type to wear her emotions on her sleeve anyway, so.
Right.
But I will give you a bonus XP because I do think that is a good little character growth moment. So a total of 3 for tonight.
Okay.
Raz, who are you? Who are you playing? What is a thing that Abby has learned today and or a character growth moment? Also, can we find you on any social medias?
Right now, you really can't find me on any social medias. I am Raziel, and I'm just kind of here, guys. I did have a wild stream with Pierre yesterday, but that was yesterday. I play Abby, the gargoyle. I am not good with people unless I am putting my fist into said people. Let's see here. I don't know if it was exactly a good growth point, but she was genuinely excited to show off her treasure chest full of human goodies that she's acquired over the years. Uh, she would have probably been content with the rest of the day just showing off everything that she's acquisitioned from her adventures in the mortal realm.
I mean, I'll take it. She doesn't get to do that kind of thing often, and she's probably like, oh, hey, people to share interests with.
Look at the Z-Box that I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bonus XP for that, so total of 3 for tonight. Looney, who are you? Where can we find you? Who are you playing today? And what is one thing that she has learned and or a character growth moment?
Hello, I'm Looney Tooney. You can find me here as Looney Tooney with 8s at the front and the end here on Twitch. And you can find me on Blue Sky with Loon Toon Lagoon. I play as Ray, the person, if you're here for the entire time, who has been through a lot of traumatic shit along with the rest of them, but also is a very chaotic person with a little bit of a spooky dooky side. But I think a character growth for her that is mainly important is that no matter what occurs, there will be somebody there to help her up. She might not know it, she might not think it's true, but there is someone there.
Alright. Is that it?
Yes.
Alright, that is 1 bonus XP, so that's just 3 total XP all across the board for everyone tonight. Very good, very good. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun today. I enjoyed it. I need to work on it because I have a tendency to try to interrupt with my own little quips. I need to let you guys just kind of roll with it. So I apologize if that got annoying at any point. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun. And I'm excited to see where all this goes.
Yeah, I'm excited too, especially
Yeah.
with like the bond I'm obviously seeing between Ray and Cal. But I'm also interested in how Pydris will actually, like, how Pydris' character Pavana will end up interacting with Ray if they're ever alone. Especially when she's only seen like snippets of both her in pain, her being creepy, and her being a little giggly bitch.
I mean, to be fair, Abby's really the only one that's ever been alone with her, so.
Nah. Cal. Don't forget Cal.
I mean, yeah, I guess he was alone with you during the time where he was like trying to ground you. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm making sure you keep receipts.
I have receipts. I do need to sit down and like write down the things that are happening at some point because I haven't been writing anything down.
That's how this stuff goes.
Yeah. I'm just putting it in the not very steel trap that is my noggin.
It's still steel. It's just a little rusty. Like, that's how I say.
Yeah, the lock's just broken.
Yeah, and it leaks a lot.
The hinges are squeaky and can push open real easily.
We're not gonna question
People
why
think
it
the
opens.
hinges are squeaky. That's just me.
A little sidetracked here.
Yeah, a little bit. It's the ADHD, okay?
It's the fun type of ADHD though.
Yes.
You would hope. I have one of two versions of ADHD. Either I get off track or I like go silent and zone out completely. Sometimes I do hone in and like hyper focus, but more often than not I'm getting either off track or I'm like just deadpanning. My brain just kind of turns off.
I get the
No thoughts, head empty.
Right. I get the either no focus or all the focus. There is no middle ground.
What's the middle ground? It's either my brain isn't working or it's working too well.
I think the middle ground is a normal person.
Also, Cal, I'm going to tell you, I really do want to draw Cal just holding the leash and Ray just being a gremlin.
Do it.
Did you see the picture I posted?
Yes, and I want to do the actual like
Yeah.
meme itself, just like.
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and post a link to it. But anybody here, if you'd like to join the Discord, you'll see whenever I go live. And that includes for these sessions.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants to post like their Discords or something, if you have a community, you're more than welcome to in the moment. If you have a bot command to do that.
I think I have these. Oh, you know what? That would have been a good thing to do when we were talking about
I have
schedules
a
and stuff, wouldn't it?
server, but
Yeah.
I don't really. I don't want to post it in the chat because it's not really active.
Oh, well, then don't worry about it if it's not an active thing. Yeah, feel free to join any of the Discords. Be sure to follow everybody on their social medias. YouTube people, we're coming back tomorrow. If you made it this far, thank you. I will acknowledge. See, I'm acknowledging you this time. I didn't for the last two, but I'm acknowledging you now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying having it in the background while you're doing whatever.
Thanks
on
everyone
YouTube
for
in the
watching,
background
hanging
going,
out.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me.
Notice me. Oh.
I mean, I don't know about anyone else here, but I like to sometimes turn on like tabletop podcasts while I'm like either drawing or like playing simulator games in my free time that I don't, or games that I don't necessarily care about the story, but I just want to play. Or maybe I already know the story and I don't need it again.
Fails. That's what happens with me.
You do what?
Military TikTok fails.
Interesting.
Oh dear.
I'm both intrigued and concerned.
Don't worry, it is very funny.
I'm sure it is, but the fact that they're military fails, like TikTok fails, that's why it's the concerned part. Because I'm just like, what are they failing?
One of the major ones I can remember off the top of my head. There's this cannon thing that they had to load up for like aerial bomb things, and luckily it's Judd's. And
You want a military fail? That's
it's like
oh,
up
go ahead.
but
Sorry.
then it just drops on the person.
Uh-oh.
Luna, your mic's spazzing out again.
Yeah, it changed.
Have you looked into that one? Oh, I'll ask her when she comes back.
I don't want to
Have you looked into that one like microphone that I sent you the link of?
Yes. I'm gonna make sure to pin it so I can have it the next time.
Yeah,
So, have we gotten all the outro goodness out of the way?
I believe so. I don't think there's anything else that I'm
Think
thinking
so.
of.
All
I'm
right.
just very awkward at the official closeout.
Here, let me continue the rest. Go check out the YouTube, continue to watch the rest of Houston, and be prepared for more chaotic bullshittery. Maybe some sensitive moments that might make you cry, some angry moments that will make you want to punch your next door wall. Make sure you come in the next time on Houston.
Bye nights. By the way, it's my players. If there's ever any like downtime moments that you guys just kind of want to have, whether it's for you by yourself or you with another character, feel free to message me. I'll try to like set something up for the next handful sessions or something.
Okay.
If there's anything you just really want to do that is small and can be kind of like just inserted into just let me know. I want to give you guys downtime to do
Sure.
things, so
Sounds good.
but yeah, I don't know if I want to raid. I don't know. We would. I feel almost awkward doing it since we're playing tabletop stuff for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't see anyone that's doing anything like similar.
Nah, I mean, there's like we click the same category stuff, and it would just be a bunch of random people instead of people that we follow. But
Um, yeah, I don't have any suggestions for folks that we know that are like along the same lines of what we're doing. It's a lot of Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter's been all the rage lately.
Yeah,
Speaking
a
as someone who's
lot
been
of Monster
playing it.
Hunter.
Speaking as
Yeah.
someone who's been playing it, and we'll probably be playing it again tomorrow. I'll get back to V Rising at some point.
Oh
Prob-
yeah, we got that server too.
Yeah, yeah, we do. I've at least started on my
Can't
castle
wait.
on that server.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I have like the base foundation built up, but like nothing else.
I'll have to go do that.
I've pestered Raz a little bit to go in and do that because he ended up picking the spot for us. But I don't think he's gotten
Nice.
on to build his half of it.
Nice.
Not yet. It's been Gundam Kids and Monster Hunter.
And soon, base engineers.
Yes, I gotta remember to do that this weekend. Get all that set up.
No big deal.
I'll pester you.
And then I'll be harassing Pierre. Did I do this right?
I will be off
Yeah, it's a
tomorrow.
matter of
so
just
wait.
good.
You can continue, Pike. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. I was just saying, the only thing I'm concerned about is like if folks can connect to the server. I haven't tried that yet, and that's usually the part we always have problems with. But we'll see. I used to have one running, so I think I still have all the ports saved and stuff. Might have to do a direct connect, but we'll find out. No big deal.
Yep, either it works or something explodes. Either way, it'll be a hell of a night.
Well, it's space engineers, so it's pretty much guaranteed something's going to explode. It's a matter of how often and how much it's going to take out.
It's just whether or not you blame the
So.
game or blame Scuff.
Pretty much. I think I had like 3 explosions or 4 explosions today trying to make a drill work, so that's about fair.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, sounds good.
Yep. We'll be back next Thursday about hopefully before 8:30. We were all running just a little bit late today. It happens. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. See you guys then. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream.
Yeah.
Good night, all.